Good morning. Hi, everyone. New day, new week, new opportunities. It's Monday. We have a bank holiday in UK. I don't believe we're going to be pretty much affected by that in terms of volatility. However, I can see ourselves in a very difficult situation this morning. It's a Monday. We already formed a big enough range starting this week. So I believe we're gonna have hello Watson, hello Cube Gift. I believe we're gonna have a pretty difficult week ahead. And it's difficult to guess right now because we're in a 50-50 type of scenario. We have relative equal lows. First we have at 779, and then here at 23,031. Apologize. Meanwhile, we didn't have on a daily a breaking market structure because right now we can still be bullish. This CB can still be an inversion fair value gap. In order for us to have a breaking market structure, I mean, we took this swing low, but it would be more obvious for us to take this swing low on the 1st of August. With that in mind, right now, I feel we're in a 50-50 type of scenario because we have relative equal lows over here and we have a lot of relative equal highs. Meanwhile, if we look at the Asian range, which will be present on the 1 hour time frame, the 4 standard deviation would be pretty much high above these relative equal lows. It's very far away. I mean, even though we turn bearish today, we would take this swing low, but I don't believe it's possible for us to take during the market hours. 23,031. We have news at 10 o'clock. And as you can notice, the 4 standard deviation, it falls in range of these two relative equal highs over here. Now, as I was talking before last week, we need to be very mindful of Dow. Dow didn't take all-time highs. However, it's very close to, right? It's bearish. We have an SMT with ES and Nasdaq, right? Because ES didn't take the high from 15th of August. Neither did Nasdaq. However, 15th of August was here and the swing high was taken. Therefore, we have an SMT and we're very close to relative equal highs, and we have we're very close to relative equal highs and to all-time highs. With that in mind, I have some scenarios playing in my head where we can have an SMT, ES and Dow would take all-time high again. Therefore, we're not very far away. We just started the week. This would be the Judah swing on a weekly basis, and then maybe we can come back after we take the all-time highs on ES. But as you can see, we also took like the 19th of August CB. This can be playing as an inversion fair value gap. Therefore, we can still be a bit bearish today. Dip a bit into this candle over here on the 15 minutes, right? And then resume a very bullish scenario while we have relative equal highs close to the new week opening gap, because this is the new week opening gap, right? Here and here, that's a new week opening gap high. So I see a bearish start with a potential of phantom picks in play, which means we dip lower, maybe on Nasdaq, we're gonna take this first standard deviation. Let's go have a look at the Nasdaq. Yeah, we touched the new standard, the first standard deviation, and then we flip bullish. Not necessarily to take all-time highs, but just, you know, to have a kind of like consolidating type of day. I don't believe we're gonna go much higher. If that's gonna happen, we have news at 10 o'clock. That can be possible. But I also have in mind this scenario where maybe we're gonna have SMT. Nasdaq is gonna stay in this range over here. Let's find a drawing. Fascinating. I don't have a drawing. Parallel channel, is that it? No. I'm bad with these things. Yeah, let's just have a fib. That's better. So this would be the range that we're dealing with here. A previous swing high. So right now we're at the 50% of this daily range. Before we broke market structure basically and everything. So I don't see us going to the all-time highs. Maybe we can just take this swing high from Friday, come back down, and for the rest of the week maybe take this relative equal lows or the other week. So I will try to keep my position size to a minimum 3 to 4 micros. I have an amazing month. 2 of the accounts have 8k in balance accumulated, 4.2 each basically. And my third account, which is something that I started, when did I start it? Last week. It's a new account. I'm having some clients. I'm doing some copy trading. And that account is a 2.2. That one is not fully mine, so I'm gonna get a percentage split out of that. But 2 of my accounts are 8k this month, which is an amazing fit. I'm extremely happy. I'm not gonna push it. I wanna conserve my capital, so I will try to not chase any moves. Especially today, we have first standard deviation is already close to reach, and the fourth standard deviation is not even below these levels that I'm looking for on the daily. I'm seeing a switch in bearishness at some point. I just don't know when that's gonna happen. And I'm assuming since we are leaving so many relative equal lows, might happen sooner than later. At the same time, we are dealing with an inversion fair value gap, potentially, and with a bullish breaker. Low, high, lower, low, higher, high. This is a bullish breaker. So even if we reach 23,333, we're still bullish. With that in mind, I laid out what I'm looking at today. I would like to see a reversal and take the Friday's high. My target, obviously it depends how the day is gonna start at the open. My target initially would be Asian highs and the new week opening gap that you're seeing right here. I just annotated this before we started the stream. Basically is the closing on Friday, regular trading hours, and the opening on Sunday. With that in mind, my target would be Asian highs. However, I'm very mindful that this can just be a fake move. We reach for liquidity inside of this 1 hour CB. And we're gonna continue lower after Dow takes all-time high. If at the open Dow just runs for the all-time highs, I'm gonna keep my positions to a minimum, and I'm gonna be like, okay, we might reverse at any time. If not, I still don't like these 2 relative equal lows over here. I would like for us to take these lows if we consider going long and basically have phantom picks in place with the Asian highs inside. I have a bullish PD array, which is a BC. It's a fair value gap. It's a green one. It's an area of support. Second, we have a bullish breaker, an area of support. All this area over here. This is another area of support. So I see the price bouncing off of this as well. So if we dip lower at the open, we take the first standard deviation, we touch the breaker, and then we decide to switch and become bullish, I will consider a long. I'm not going to be very comfortable shorting. I'm more comfortable going long, but I know it's a long way for us to consider longs because even on Friday, even on Thursday, it was so difficult to trade. Like on Friday, literally, you just had to buy this 1 hour fair value gap. Otherwise, you would have missed the whole move, because the volatility when Jay Powell started speaking, it was insane. It just was just one candle defined the whole range. So yeah, let's see how the price is gonna play. We are in murky waters right now, guys. It's very difficult to trade. It's very difficult to, like, on this channel, you've seen mostly wins than losses. Yes, true, I had a lot of wins off stream, but you can see my balance. It's not like this is a live account. It's not like I can add money after stream or anything like that. Plus, I decided I'm going to show you at the end of the month my statements, so there's nothing to hide there. But look at this price action. We had daily candles overlapping each other. You have a bullish day, then you have a bearish one, then you have 3 bullish days, then a bearish one. Like, it's very difficult to guess a trend nowadays. We're zigzagging, and yeah, we gotta give ourselves a pat on the back and be happy we're profitable this month. What else can I see? I see a Judas swing on the weekly. That's why I'm bullish still. This is the week, the low of a tail of a weekly, basically. This is, it's not as similar because this is big, but look at this weekly. This is how I see this one. I see this area as a Monday, as it is formed now on a Monday. This can be just the Monday we have now and we turn bullish, right? This is what I'm thinking about. So yeah, we've been having difficult price action. However, we're profitable on the stream. We're profitable on all accounts. So let's just be happy and not take partials, and yeah, be careful. It's a very difficult market. And for people that don't know what I'm using here, I'm using Asia range. It's an indicator, is a free one by Cold Brew. Check for yourselves. And my inputs, basically everything is just switched off but the Asia. The rest is the same as you. These are basically the default settings. But yeah, the only thing that I've changed, I don't use the CBR, I don't use the flout, I use only the Asia range because it kind of defines how big your day is gonna be in terms of range. And right now, this basically helps me not push bearish trades on Monday, because I'm looking at this like, it doesn't even remotely, it's not even remotely close to these lows. Therefore, we're not going to take these lows today. We might take them tomorrow if we stay bearish. But if we switch to bullish, these ones, they look closer to the all-time highs. And all these relative equal highs, like, the setup is in place. What else? What else? 8 minutes still open. I'm saying some interesting things, and I would like right now to buy this 5-minute fair value gap. I would like to buy it. But I said I'm gonna be conservative, and I have relative equal lows. If we would have had here, we have SMT, true, we have SMT on ES. We took the low. Right? We took the low, and here we didn't. But yeah, if I'm gonna lose this move, that's fine, that's on me. But if we are patient and we take this low and then we flip bullish, I'm gonna use this 5-minute and 15-minute as an inversion fair value gap as well. If you wanna try, if you have the stop loss, try it. Basically, you're buying at 85 and 70 is going to be your stop loss. At the same time, I don't like the fact that we have a volume imbalance here. So it's a very speculative move before the open, in case you want to use that volatility. I don't. I just, if possible, I would just like to have one trade, one win, and done, be done. $200, $300. That's it, maximum. I'm not gonna push it unless it's obvious what's gonna happen. And I suggest you do the same. Everything seems in place. Yeah. Any questions, suggestions? And we have a gap down, which means this is where we closed. 50, 55. Yep. 565 would be the gap to fill. And then you have Asian highs. So look at this. Like, in my opinion, we're going to turn bullish now, but yeah, I guess we missed it, and that's okay. Sometimes can be frustrating. At the same time, it shows progress. Let's check the stats a bit. On Monday, for the past 3 months, Nasdaq has filled all the gap downs. Therefore, the bullish scenario is in play. Let me show you so you understand what I mean. So yeah, Nasdaq 3 months gap fill. On Monday, we filled all the gap downs, which means if you closed below, if you open below previous day's closing, it's a gap down. That's it. Let's not confuse you. And let's look at the price action. Because of, yeah, this is the unfortunate part about your prop firm. Volatility from news sometimes is very good, and when you have um, medium impact news, which are the orange ones, yeah, they can really help you. It's a double-edged sword at the end of the day. They can really harm you as well, and it happened to us on streams, being taken out during medium impact news. That's a very good buy. Over here, let me see. Give me some time. Give me some time. I wanted to buy this on the. That's a pretty far away. Now looking at it. It was a bit of a rushed trade, but it's only $60. I think ES was the better pair to buy, honestly, but I'll be patient. Yep, you love to see that. Ain't that a beautiful view? 565 would be the first target. Filling the gap, and then Asian highs are just, a dream. It's a dream start, but we can still be taken out. Let's see. Yeah, we have those relative equal lows. I mean, it was a bit obvious. Uh-uh. Mhm. I see something I'm very interested on. Yes, this beautiful BC us flipping bullish. Any fair value gap that is bullish on, I might buy it on yes, regardless when that's gonna happen. But yeah, I'm flipping bullish. This is the first presentation for value gap. I would like for us to trade a bit into this volume imbalance. Make me feel more comfortable about going long. We have SMT with ES, so I like being bullish. If we trade above this candle and we trade back, that's a good buy as well. Mm-mm-mm. I'm not yet buying. I would like for us to take the high of this candle first. But I'm looking for longs. That's a volume imbalance. We need to come back to it before anything. The only thing that would make sense buying this Stop loss here. Basically you buy this inversion fair value gap here as well. My only concern is these two gaps over here. Yeah, 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 we're having exactly the same price action as we had on Thursday. Hmm. The news are at 10 o'clock, right? Let's wait for 9:45. Yeah, we don't have a friendly price action today. Let's wait. We need to take the low if we're going higher. And I don't like being short right now. So let's zoom out a bit, would help. Dow is bearish, therefore we need to be patient. Even if Dow is bearish and is close to all-time highs, why would we buy Nasdaq right now? Let's wait. I would like to take these lows and then maybe switch to bullish if that's still an option. Uh, but I see the price having difficulties in that, so we can have just a choppy morning, a choppy Monday. We already placed two trades as being bullish. I don't want to force it like we did on Thursday. So yeah, Thursday was a difficult day for trading. Um, Friday was as well. Today seems to be the same narrative. Very choppy still. Not really happy how this is forming out, but now I have SMT with yes. Oh. Well, now can we buy this? We got filled. This is our stop loss. Yeah. We didn't even have time to adjust anything else. Not really happy with this price action. Sorry. Um, this is more like a YOLO type of trading if I would be buying now, so I'll be patient. If anything, I see that ES is behind, so I'll wait a bit more on ES. Trying to see if buying the Six Sister works, but I keep on being stopped out, which doesn't help at all. Feels like these are the highs, if anything. A bullish fair value gap would help for us to add full position. I don't see that happening though. Once we fill the gap on Nasdaq, I would like for us to be a bit higher in ES and maybe move at break even because I don't want to be caught in some sort of manipulation to the upside and a quick drop. We basically got stopped here by a point. Yeah, I see a lot of wrong things with this price action, not gonna lie. My idea is buying this for Valga basically. Swing low would be a break in market structure. So that's why I'm bullish also on ES because on the 5 minute we already touched this. But yeah, I just don't like this. The price action is extremely ugly. I see us turning bearish at any point right now. I see two fair value gaps here and a fair value gap here. More of a speculative play, if anything. I have an inversion fair value gap, which I should be buying, not shorting. A lot of conflicting markers. Yep. Bad day overall. Like what's happening right now in my mind and why? Like the last short was a bit me being tilted, I guess, at this point. But I don't like the fact that we didn't even enter this 5-minute fair value gap. So price is going up, right? But we didn't miss any entry. Maybe this small fair value gap here, but yeah, it's just one of those days. Let's try on yes. If it wants to come back, no, bye. That's a fair value gap here, but oh man, just one of those days. I tried how many? 5 trades. Still the same target. We would basically just recover our loss. Nasdaq reaching for Asian highs before ES would give us confirmation of our move. Also trading above the high 477 76, but yeah, just one of those days. One of those days, mate. Yeah, that's all time high. Mm. Or literally having candles overlapping each other like 5, 7 in a row. Or being chopped out. And the price needs to come back down if it wants to be bullish. And if that's gonna happen, our stop loss is right above relative equal lows. So we are kind of in a very bad spot. Even this trade is silly. Yep, yep. Right now, there's literally nothing I can do. No good trade idea. I will not buy this fair value gap. You have relative equal lows. I'll just take a 1 minute break. Okay, now that we disconnected from the charts a bit, price action is still the same. Tries to be bullish. No really PD arrays besides this 5 minute BC. Oh. All I'm thinking is this relatively equal lows here. Because right now we are inside a 1 hour CB and 15-minute CB. This one. So this is a small fair value gap. Even though I still believe we're going to be bearish. Um, but it's inside the inversion fair value gap, so I'll try to buy it. My stop loss is literally below, on the edge of this inversion fair value gap. Let's give it $3 more. Too choppy, I don't expect much. What a day. One of them ones. I've tried. I don't find the logic besides that inversion fair value gap. I don't find the logic in my trade, and I don't like this consolidation. So mm. If I made a mistake, I made a mistake. It's a fair value gap. I'm choosing the swing low. I have a confirmation now. At least I'm not just buying an inversion fair value gap. We fill the gap. I want to see higher prices, obviously. Oh, yeah, this is just very ugly price action. Taking 568 would be ideal, but I think it's a difficult task. We fill the gap. We're still trading aside this hourly CB, so until we take the high of it, we're still gonna be in this limbo. One of them ones. Minimizing my risk. Such an ugly day. If I'm taking out, I'm done for the day. I'm not gonna place any more trades. It was a horrible day. I forced a lot of trades and I had a poor performance. Obviously, the market didn't do wonders either, but I forced too many trades for no reason. Stay safe. Have a good one. Thank you very much for coming. See you tomorrow. One of the worst days I had in a long time. Trading wise, the way I executed, not price action. Price action, it is what it is. There's nothing you can do much about it. Peace. Bye bye.